All right, we are in the GMT kitchen, celebrating cuisine rooted in heritage, guided by purpose, and refined through experience. Chef Kess Eshun's culinary journey started in Ghana, landed in North Texas, and she got the chance to actually be with her crush, who didn't have a crush on Bobby Flay, and she was on Beat Bobby Flay. She's here to share her story and food. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Paige. How are you?
Also, I have to congratulate you on the World Cup win.
Yeah.
Ghana won.
Yeah,
Ghana
I was like, you got
won.
to win so I can show up.
Yeah, that's
you
so
know?
like, 'cause otherwise we'd be really sad.
I know, right?
All right, so I'm really glad that. Well, tell me a little bit about your culinary journey.
So my culinary journey started actually when I was 6 years old. I said I baked my first cake at the age of 6.
Wow.
Fast forward to coming to college in the States. My first degree was computer science.
Wow.
Yes, I was a programmer, but I hated
food
it.
Science too, though.
Exactly.
You know?
But I hated it, and I've always wanted to cook. So I gave the certificate to my parents, and then I went to get my MBA, and I'm like, no, I still need to follow my passion. There's a purpose for me on this earth, and that's culinary school.
You know, it's
so
that still small voice, right? That we can't ignore. It keeps telling us to
that little
go for
voice.
that little voice. And once you do it, then it all makes sense. All right, so
the best decision
I
ever.
want us to get started on the cooking. What are we going to be making
We're going to
today?
make jollof rice. Ghana jollof rice.
Now, okay, Ghana?
Yeah.
How do you pronounce it again?
Ghana.
No, I know Ghana. The rice.
Jollof rice.
Jollof rice. Okay, okay, cool. All right, so how do you start this process?
So with this, I have different ways of making it, but the quick way that I call it contemporary jollof rice is we're gonna start with a little bit oil in the pot.
I hear that little crackle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a little bit. You add your onions.
All right. While you're doing that, I'm curious. I want to hear what makes Ghanaian cuisine so unique. What makes it special?
Full of flavor.
Okay.
There's so much history and story behind every dish.
All right.
And we cook with love. I cook with love.
I think that's so important.
Yeah.
And speaking of love, while you're doing that and putting in the broth, you actually had a little love crush on one Mr. Bobby Flay, right?
Yes.
And you admitted to him that you had that your heart just kind of went a little flutter when he was on the air?
He actually inspired me to cook because when I came to this country, I turned on the so while this is sauteing, we're gonna add diced onion, peppers, bell peppers,
and we're also seeing you on Beat Bobby Flay right there. And he really took advantage of this. He would kind of stalk behind you. Just to kind of make,
He was trying to watch what I was doing.
I know he was.
While this is sauteing, you put everything in, put it back in the blender, blend it, and you get, I already have this here.
I love the color of it.
Yeah.
That
so it's
looks
just flavor.
Delicious.
With jollof rice, you need to build the flavor.
And this is what you were cooking when you were on the show, right?
Yes, yes.
As well?
This is what it was cooking, yeah.
All right, so as you're continuing this.
So while your jollof is cooking, you're gonna allow it to reduce till you see the oil on top. Okay. Then you're gonna pour your rice in, cover it with a parchment paper before a lid, and voila, you have a jollof rice.
It looks absolutely delicious.
And while your jollof rice is cooking, you're gonna be sauteing your protein, whatever protein you're gonna use. And for me, I'm using lamb chops, and I already have my lamb seasoning. That's all you need. Pour a little bit on there, add oil, saute it to your desired doneness.
Well, I'm sure those lamb chops are gonna be delicious, and you have some here for us.
Yeah.
But I gotta tell you, you can make a whole meal out of that rice. That is absolutely delicious.
Thank you. And the secret is my jollof rice seasoning. Yeah.
All right, so
that's all you need.
So spoiler alert, let's talk about Bobby Flay, Beat Bobby Flay. Now, you didn't actually bring home a victory, right? Which I think you were robbed. Definitely robbed.
But I'm going to go back.
You can go back?
Yeah, I'm going to go back.
You're going to say, we're going to do this again. It's
but
round
it
two,
was
people.
a full circle. Like, he inspired me, and on stage, actually cooking with him, competing, that was just a dream come true.
Is he a nice guy?
He
There's
is
people that have mixed feelings. Is he a good guy?
He's a good guy. Bobby is nice. And my husband is here, but...
Oh, sorry,
Hello,
husband.
Bobby.
That's all right. There's no problem with that. That's
Yeah,
okay.
he understands
Well,
that.
You also competed in other competitions as
Yeah,
well.
I've been on holiday baking championship because I'm actually a pastry chef.
That's how you began.
I went to pastry school, but my grandmother taught me how to cook. So I do culinary and pastry very well.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's wonderful because you really kind of bring that double threat to any of these competitions. You know about savory and you know about sweet. And you also have a business. Tell me about that.
So Kess Cravings is my culinary brand. I do created events. I do private catering. I do pop-ups. I actually have one coming up July 10th. And I also do wedding cakes, divorce cakes. Yeah, it's not a
Wedding
pastry
cakes
chef.
and divorce cakes.
And divorce cake,
That
and
is
engagement cake,
fantastic.
and first anniversary cake. I do all of that.
Yeah, and look at this. This dish looks absolutely
So for me,
beautiful.
I need a balanced diet. So
Right.
you have your carbs, your protein, and arugula salad is very simple. A little bit lime, arugula, salt, and pepper, and voila, taste it.
looks
Together, it's...
Okay, let me see if I can do all of that together.
I'll get you a knife.
Okay, yeah, let me have a little bit of a knife here. Okay, while I'm doing this real quick and taking a sample, where can people find out more about
So you can find me on IG, Kess Cravings, on my website, kesscravings.com, or Kess Cravings Spices, as I have my spices too. Yeah, wow, it's good, it's good, yeah.
Oh my
I'm glad you like it.
I am like doing a happy dance right now. This
Yeah,
is pretty good.
yeah.
All right.
Is that your first time trying
Bobby
it?
Flay, watch out.
Yeah, I'm coming back.
She's coming back for you. And guess what? We're also coming back. We will be right back. Thanks.
In the Kitchen is sponsored by Tom Thumb and Albertsons, your one-stop shop and full-service grocer.